In this how-to series video, I'm going to be covering the 020 gearbox. It's a very popular gearbox. It was first seen in the Mark I in 1976 and goes all the way to 2004 in the Mark IV Golf in the 1.4s and in the 1.6s. So it basically covers a massive span of years, Mark I, Mark II, Mark III and Mark IV. As the years went on, it was used on smaller, lower powered cars. I nicknamed this gearbox the chocolate gearbox because the diff with those pot rivets kind of destroys itself. Second gear also kind of destroys itself. You can't really put a lot of torque through these, not much more than 150, 160, and it will just actually break. You can reinforce it with quaif diffs or wave track diffs and stronger gear sets and stuff, but on the whole, they are pretty weak. They're light, they don't consume a lot of power. I mean, on average, anywhere between 20 to 27 horsepower, whereas the 020 can actually consume anywhere between 35 and 50 horsepower in drag in the gearbox, because the gearbox obviously consumes horsepower and torque through the drivetrain. So they are very efficient power-wise, but then they're very weak. So more onto what we're going to be covering today. In today's video, we'll be covering how to do the release bearing, and actually a lot of people don't even realize it's there. They think the car works by magic. You just change the clutch and the pressure plate and off you go. But no, there's a push rod that kind of goes through the gearbox, and there's a release bearing where the little end cap is, the green one, which I'll show you now. And what it is you kind of chisel that off and the release bearing's there, and I'll kind of run through. It's a short video just on how to replace that, and it needs to be replaced every time you do a clutch. Okay, so with no further ado, let's crack on and I'll show you what this entails. As you can see, this is a fairly new clutch that was on this car originally. The reason why it started slipping was because it had an oil leak on the seals. But as you can see, it's got very little use, and already it's starting to eat into this. I mean, it wouldn't have taken long, maybe a few thousand miles, it would have actually worn. I've seen actually the rod actually eat straight through this. So this is the one that actually came out of the gearbox. Hopefully that'll focus. And you can see it's quite a lot different. I'll show you them side by side so you can actually see, you can compare. And you can see the one on the left is obviously the one that came out of the gearbox with the worn clutch release bearing. As you can see, it's actually a few mil shorter. And it's also got a burr on it. So what happens is when you don't replace the clutch release bearing, it will actually eat into the pressure plate, which, I mean, this is a new clutch, but as you can see, it's not very old. And then you just lose the clutch pedal, and that's it. You have to change the clutch and strip it all down, simply because you couldn't change a £5 or €5 a little clutch release bearing. So this is what the bearing looks like. It's an LUK one. As you can see, it's very small. That's where the rod actually sits inside this little cavity here, and that's perfect. So now I'm just going to remove this and show you what's involved. It's pretty straightforward, nothing to be scared of. So as you saw, I've already started to kind of chisel it off. I always like to use an old chisel. And the cap comes off. I mean, when you buy the release bearing, I always recommend that you get a new cap with it, which is quite inexpensive. I also tend to put like a little bit of sealant, RTV or something on there, just in case, but it is a nice snug fit. It's really easy to do. So now, I don't know if you're going to pick up on the camera, but there's a little clip here. So let me get my pick, take that off. And as you can see, just a little clip literally that slides into there. And once you've released this, then it lets you actually move this arm. So you just slide this off, you kind of move it up and down. You can see it's starting to come away. You can lever it if you want. Pushing the bearing, there we go. And get the little hooker tool. Get the little, oh shit. It's been a bit of a pain. There we go, and it's out. Goes in, and then as you can see, there's actually one position for this. But this bit, putting it back in, is a little bit tricky. This is the thing with the spring, it can be a bit of a pain getting it in the position. You have to kind of hold it in because it only has one position. So you kind of have to push it down and push it in at the same time, and hopefully you can find the position of it. And then that's it. Once you've kind of pushed the spring down, compressed it, you just tap it slightly and it's on. And then it's just about putting the locator spring back in. A wipe, I'll put that in. It literally just kind of sits there and holds that in place. Not that it's going to move anyway. And literally just kind of tap it on and job done. Takes about 5-10 minutes. It's not really that big of a job. Also another bit of servicing that this gearbox needs as well. You know, as part of a course of when you do a clutch. I mean, this is the reason why this actually was done anyway. Was because the seals in here were actually leaking. There's 2 seals here. There's actually a little bush as well, but this one you can check the bush by the movement in the rod, and there's 0 movement or very little movement playing that, so that's perfect. So I've changed the small seal and the big one, because on the inside of the clutch, which I'll show you now, as you can see, it's actually a new clutch on there, but it's all oil contaminated because the seal, this outer seal was actually leaking, and with a pick I was able to kind of take it off. So I've replaced this one and the outer one and the inner one. That's also very important. It should be a matter of course. When you do a clutch on these 020 gearboxes, I always do the 2 seals, the release bearing and the backing plate, and then, you know, it actually prolongs the life of this gearbox, which is quite important. So this actually concludes this how-to video on this 020 release bearing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, ding-a-ling-a-ling, click on that notification bell, and keep safe.